And time to do a little sports talking on a Thursday with our guy Pep. What's going on, Pep?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning to all the KCAL rockers out there, still basking in the glory of the greatness of Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there rolling their eyes like, oh, dude, Tom Brady again, 7 Super Bowls. But you know what? I think he became a little bit more likable because of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers championship parade and because of COVID, because of all these restrictions, even in the great state of Florida, which we love all these Florida stories I know here on KCAL, but even in Florida, they found a way to celebrate the Super Bowl. And instead of having a championship parade where you go down the streets and have a big rally with thousands of people, they did it on boats. They put the GOAT on a boat, and it was crazy. It was fun. Did you guys see any of this?
It was very cool to see Tom Brady pull up in like his $2 million yacht. They got all kinds of waterways there in Tampa where they can have the parade go by a lot of the city. It's really a really cool setup. I had no idea it would end up being this cool. That looked like a blast to what you said, which is making Tom a little more likable. See him pounding beers, throwing the Lombardi trophy to Bronk's boat.
Yes. It is kind of painful to see Tom be likable because we all do want to hate on him. We want to have the Tom Brady fatigue. But yeah, I mean, it definitely did have that effect of turning it on or seeing the clips. It didn't seem like it was announced they were going to do a parade anytime soon. They just did it. So being here in SoCal, sitting on 2 championships that we're waiting to celebrate, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, they're just doing theirs. What the heck?
It is. You know, it's like a Pep too. 40 and I were talking about how, you know, that first trophy, you know, you're kissing it and you're holding it like a baby, kind of like Mike Evans was a little bit if you saw any footage of that. Your 7th trophy, you're tucking over a body of water.
Yeah, it's just like your kids. You're exactly right, Patrick. The first one, you're like, oh my gosh, she's so breakable and delicate, or he or she, and it's like, I just got to be so careful. And the ones after that, you're like, oh, they're tough. Don't worry about it. Just throw them around. It'll be fine. But yeah, it's exactly what they did with the Lombardi Trophy. At least that's what Tom Brady did during this championship boat parade that they had in Tampa Bay. I just thought it was very cool, just very outside the box. And listen, guys, I stopped fighting it. I stopped trying to swim upstream against this. I'm a Niner fan. I'm a Joe Montana fan. He's the GOAT. Just appreciate it. He's not going to play for forever. I don't think, at least. But he's not going to play for forever. So just enjoy it in the moment. And who knows? They might be back, and it could be a Tampa Bay, Kansas City, rematch in the Super Bowl next year. Although maybe the Rams will be in there against Tampa Bay. Who knows what will happen? But just appreciate it while we have it in front of us.
I think the most genius thing about it is they've already said they're coming back, so they'll at least get 1 more year, maybe 2. We don't know about more than 1, but they're making everything there in Tampa Bay look fun. Oh. If you're a free agent right now in the NFL, you can go ring chase and probably have the funnest season you've ever had down there in Tampa Bay. Why not?
It looks very attractive, and Tom is, getting to have some fun. And I mean, I have to admit it. I tell 40 this all the time. I stopped hating Tom after his 4th Super Bowl win. Yes. I mean, come on, he's obviously a winner. I can't help it. I quit on it. I'm like, I can't hate. Obviously, he's successful.
Some of us are still trying to hate him.
It's very hard. Try is a good word. It takes effort. It's hard.
Yeah, I gave up the fight. I'm like, man, I don't want to like this guy, but he's the GOAT. They put the GOAT on a boat. He was hanging out, acting like one of the guys. So again, came off very likable in that championship parade. But 40, you brought up a great point. Like, here we have a Lakers championship from the NBA season in the bubble. We've got the Dodgers World Series title. And here in Southern California, I know we're still waiting. Like, when are we going to celebrate this thing? What are we going to do? Like, can we, I don't know. Tampa Bay, obviously, it lends itself to those waterways and, doing that boat parade. But what could we do in Southern California for these guys and celebrate a little bit with our Dodgers and Lakers?
We can't.
I mean, at this point, I think we're a little too far gone. I mean, the NBA season has already started up. Baseball is getting ready to start up. And at this point, unless you do something mid-season, unless you win another championship, celebrating after a loss isn't going to feel good.
I agree.
Yeah, it's almost like you got to strike while the iron's hot. You know what I mean? Like, not that a champion celebrating it now would, not be fun. Because if you're a Dodgers or Lakers fan, obviously it would be awesome. But yeah, it kind of loses its luster just a little bit. The farther we get away from it.
I mean, I know we're dealing with 2 completely different states between California and Florida, but it does feel like Florida did the ask for forgiveness instead of permission. When you're just like, do the parade, go ahead.
Yeah, well, their governor, he's a little different.
You guys are going to isolate. Picture this. We're going to isolate on boats, all right?
Right.
Stay on your boats. Don't mingle with the fans. Just stay on your boats. Yeah. We're going to be good. So, yeah.
They couldn't even distance the trophy. They're tossing that thing around to each other.
Right.
That was hilarious. Hey, guys, what other NFL, though? I can't believe I'm hearing this, but is there actually a possibility Russell Wilson, the star quarterback for the Seahawks, could be traded at some point? And I heard the Raiders could be like a likely destination with Derek Carr going to Seattle and Russell Wilson coming to Las Vegas. How crazy is that?
I know that rumor comes from because John Gruden has always had a little deep love affair with Russell Wilson. He really scouted him on ESPN when he did that quarterback thing. But supposedly there is some friction between Seahawk management and Russell Wilson's camp. His entourage is kind of growing, and it's getting louder and louder. And he did say on an interview that he's like, hey, I want some input on the decision-making because it affects my legacy. And for some reason, that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. There could be a little trouble up there, believe it or not.
It's going to be, there's something about this offseason that makes it seem like all 32 quarterbacks are just going to be like, okay, we're going to play musical chairs with our teams. And just when the music stops, we're all going to be on a new team, and let's see how this goes.
I love Russell Wilson, but if he is going to leave, my God, get something for him. Yes. You know what I mean? Deshaun Watson, come on down, big cat.
Yeah, think about that. Could they just swap quarterbacks with Houston and Seattle, or do it with maybe Las Vegas and bring in Derek Carr? Like, my personal opinion is I think it's a long shot that Russell Wilson would leave Seattle. But again, anything's on the table, I guess. I doubt it, but I guess it's a possibility.
Russell's getting pretty big. You know what I mean? Star-wise.
No, he is.
I think could be working against him.
Yeah. You guys could go for the quarterback who was completely left out of their team's hype video with Dak Prescott.
Yes.
The Dallas Cowboys put out a new hype video for the new season, and somebody was not in there at all.
Not by accident.
Listen, if you're the star quarterback of a football team, you're in the hype video, right? The quarterback is always in all the publicity items and whatnot, especially a hype video. So for Dak Prescott to not be in the video for the Dallas Cowboys is either sending a message like so that where there's smoke, there's fire, like something's about to happen, or they're sending a message like, we don't really need you. You're not that important to us.
There you go. Trying to get him on the cheat.
The Cowboys hype video is just nothing but like 5 minutes of Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
That's all it needs to be.
All right, guys, real quick to the NBA. Don't Google this, but who is the best team in the NBA right now? Record-wise, percentage-wise.
Ooh.
I don't think it's our Lakers.
I don't believe it is either.
It's not the Lakers. It's not the Clippers. It is the Utah Jazz, actually. A little bit better than the Lakers right now.
Wow, that is surprising.
The oxymoron team.
So we talk about the Lakers. Listen, they're great. So the Clippers are actually having a great year too. But because we're here in Southern California, we kind of get focused on those two teams. And quietly, the Utah Jazz have rolled out to a 20-5 record to open up the NBA season, and they actually have the best record in the NBA as of right now.
All right, look out for the Jazz, I guess.
I'd hate to do it, but a little early.
Yeah, it is early. Very early.
And finally, guys, we're going to make a left turn to NASCAR. NASCAR season getting off this weekend. It will be the Daytona 500, the Great American Race, the Super Bowl of NASCAR, first race of the year at Daytona. In fact, Alex Bowman won the pole yesterday, and he will lead the Field of Green on Sunday. So the NASCAR season is here.
There you go.
So much different last year when it was like virtual races and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm excited for these seasons to be kicking off again.
Exactly. Some normalcy is returning. Pep, tell them how to get your stuff.
Hey, if you want to feel normal, check out Inland Sports on social media. All over Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We got the YouTube channel as well, talking about Inland Empire Sports.
Thanks, Pep.